Hey guys, what's going on? Cody from Vapes easily here, and today I got
Riley here, and today we're coming at you with a video about the differences between the 4-post, 3-post, and 2-post RDAs.
Guys, so 4-post, 3-post, and 2-post RDAs are something that we have a lot of customers come in and ask, hey, how do I build on this versus that? So we're just going to do this basic video today just to show you kind of how to build on those. It's a very basic 22 gauge build, but we're going to kick it off with Riley. He's going to show you how to do a 4-post build.
Like you said, I'm going to be doing the 4-post build first. This is the Aeolus RDA, pretty simple to build on. The middle 2 posts here are your positive posts, and then the outside 2 are going to be your negative posts. So what you're going to want to do is when you get your first wire, you're going to put one on one far side. If I could get that wire to go through there. And then you're going to put one on the other side of the positive post, being the center post, as you can see how I did it there. And then, of course, you're going to do the exact opposite on the other side. You're going to put one on the right side of the positive and then the left negative post. And you're going to get that worked in there as cleanly as possible. Maybe. Alrighty. Then what you're going to want to do is get you a screwdriver and tighten down one of your posts here. This is the way I do it anyway. Tighten down one of them. And then I'm going to move the coil to where I want it to be positioned after I get done building it. I'm going to pop one of them out. That's going to sit right there. Then I'm going to tighten the other one down. Kind of angle it back up, make sure it gets pretty much parallel with the bottom of your RDA. Then you're going to take some snips here and make sure you get as close as you can to those posts with your snips. You don't want any leads coming out of there that may touch your other side of your coils. If that does, it's not going to work. It's going to short out on you.
Generally, that's one of the biggest issues about 4-posts is sometimes you'll have too much lead on the other side, and it's kind of obnoxious to clip, especially when you've got a coil already seated. But most of the time when somebody brings a build in to me and they're saying it's shorting or something like that, that's usually the reason, is there's just too long of a lead somewhere, and it's either touching the deck or touching the coil. And the box, as long as you have it regulated, will say, hey, there's something wrong with it. So that's a good thing about regulated boxes.
Alright, now that you got that done, looks pretty clean on there. You're going to want to fire them up and see where they're firing at. You're going to want them to get firing evenly from the inside out. There's a few different ways that you can fix a coil that may not be firing evenly. The first of them is called shape the coil, and you just kind of squeeze them. Make sure that they're nice and all the wraps are pretty close together. Then you're going to keep firing here, and as you can see that this one is firing a lot faster than this one is. Just a little bit like that, and you're just going to squeeze it just a little bit more, make sure that you're not getting any space in between your wraps. And then another method is called the strum method, and you're just going to strum that coil. Don't ask me why that works, but it does. Not really a scientific reasoning to that I know of. And then if it's still not doing it, you're going to look and make sure that all your posts are down tight, and I just noticed that one isn't. Just check them all, because if you don't have a tight post, you're not going to have a great connection, and that may change the way that it fires. So you're going to get that, and we're going to fire it up, and it looks like it's getting there pretty close. Give it a little bit of a squeeze. Getting there. Just give it a nice little strum. And there you go. That's how you build on a 4-post. We got it building pretty good there. As you can see, it's firing pretty evenly. And it is the coils are parallel with the bottom. You have pretty nice room for cotton in there. You don't have any leads poking out of any other sides. That's pretty much what you're going to want it to look like.
Alright guys, so that was the 4-post, and I'm going to go through the 3-post with you real quick. We're going to be building on the old fog zombie, and so as you can see, it's a 3-post deck right here. So generally what I like to do is, I'll normally put one of my coils in, and figure out just about, if I can get it in there. Ah, come on. That'll probably be good if I unscrewed that a little bit. Alright, so once you get it in there, oops. It's the only thing about a 3-post with a deep juice well is sometimes you suffer trying to get your coils in there, but that's alright. So once you get your coil in there, as you can see the leads on this side right here. I'm going to go ahead and clip those, and by clipping those, it makes it a lot easier to get both of those wires in that center post. So, flip this off real fast. Alright, and so now that coil is ready to go, and then I'll pull that little guy back out of there, and then I'll put the other one in on the other side, and do the exact same thing. And like I said, that just makes it a lot easier to get both of those sides of the coil in there without having to worry about clipping your leads or anything like that. So, get it on this side. I'm just going to clip those. And then once you get that done, I just normally leave that one in there and slide that first coil that we were working on in. And you just got to get it around that wire there. And generally, if you can, you want your wire to be side by side, not stacked on top of each other. That just makes it conduct better. So we're going to try to do that here. Alright. And with these, as you can see, it's causing me a little bit of trouble trying to get this in here. So what I normally do, if I can't get it to fit in there, is I'll just take the leads, and then I'll take a pair of pliers and I'll just bend them a little bit, and that helps me get it into that post a little bit easier. So, alright, now we're cooking with gas. So, once you get both of those in there, I'm just going to make sure they got enough space on them. And then I'm going to take my screwdriver and tighten down the center post here. That's where I like to start at. And then, oops, I'll normally take another screwdriver and then put it right about where I want it. So that's about center of the deck. And then I'll tighten that other lead down. And then second verse, same as the first on the other side. Just take this one. Move it over as far to the middle as you can, because you want it as close to in the center of that center post as you possibly can. That's going to give you the most room to put cotton and better airflow. So now that we got that over there, let's make sure this one's over. Alright. So then, once you get those both in there, you just want to make sure that all your posts are tightened down one more time, and then we're going to start shaping it. Hope you can actually see here. Alright. So then, make sure none of your leads are popping out and touching your other coils and stuff like that, because you will get that short. It'll tell you that it's shorting. And we're going to strum them. It's always a good technique. Alright, so we got them firing just about evenly. I do see that I missed a little bit of lead on this side though, so I'm going to clip that off real quick. Alright. And now they're cooking evenly. And that's how you want to build a 3-post right there. As you can see, bam, they're good to go. Alright, so now I'm going to send it back to Riley with the final 2-post. What you got for us?
Today we're going to be building on the Troll V2. It's 25 millimeter, the big one, and it is a velocity style 2-post. Velocity style meaning that there's 2 holes in each post. You'll see some 2-posts that have 1 hole in each post. It works the same, but different. The only difference being is, of course, more holes. So on like the single hole post, you would put both the leads into the same hole. On this one, of course, you're not going to do that. So the first thing you're going to do is put your leads through these post holes here. And I like to put one in the bottom and one in the top of each different post. There's not really a reason I like to do that. Just for me, it kind of feels better. It looks nicer. And then do that on the other side. You want to get them as close to your post as possible also. Then you're going to get this one's an Allen key, so we're going to get that tightened down. So I might want to hold them just a little bit, make sure they don't try to run away from you when you tighten them down. Alrighty then, we got that tight. The next thing that you're going to want to do, you got some obnoxious leads that you can see just poking out everywhere. I'm going to just get rid of those, same as you would on any other RDA. Just get them as close to the post as you can get. Try not to get yourself in the face like I just did. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screwdriver and bend those up to where they're parallel with the bottom of the box. You're going to want to have them parallel just so you have ease of cotton. Helps out with the airflow. Make sure that they're pretty much right in front of each other also. I've seen some people that have them to where they'll have one coil that's moved over this way or over this way, or one coil that's moved over here, and they're kind of at an angle from one another. You're going to want those to be pretty much right in line. Then we can start shaping. And right off here, I can tell that this one's not going to fire all that great, just because there's a lot of space in the coil. So go ahead and get my big boy pliers. Get those pretty much ironed out. We're going to fire her up again. And like I said earlier, and like Cody just stated, the strum method seems to always work no matter what. So just give it a nice strum on both the coils. And that's almost there. For some reason, this one's just lagging behind just a little bit. There we go. Well, looks like it's pretty close. Let that get cooled down so one's not firing because it's already hotter. And it's still lagging just a little bit. Best thing that you can do is just keep messing with it, because there's not really a reason that I would see right off why I was doing that. And there it is. That looks like it's just about perfect. Well, guys, that's about it. Cody, you got anything?
No, I mean, that's pretty much it. But if there's any other RDAs that you want to see a build on, or if you want to bring an RDA in that might be a little bit different that you might need help building on, we'll be happy to do that for you. And if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments, and we'll be sure to get back to you. Y'all have a great day.
See y'all.